Hello my people, how are you? Welcome to yet another episode of the addiction series. Today, I hope you are keeping it safe, specifically when it comes to matters addiction. And I hope you are keeping, I call it a monomaniacal focus and determination when it comes to addiction. Because without that kind of determination, the determination that doesn't give up, the attitude that no matter what comes my way, I will never drink again, I will never gamble again. That's the mentality. And that's how you are supposed to be as an individual. I want you to do one thing today. I want you to bulletproof the inner you. Bulletproof is the ones that presidents wear or influential people wear, such a way that even if bullets are directed towards them, they won't be able to get into their body. That's the same thing you need to do. That no matter what is thrown at you, it won't get into the interior part of you. No matter what is happening on the outside, you are still calm. And that's what you need to master addiction and to be able to be in recovery for a long time. Today I have yet another educative episode where I am going to talk about the 5 mentalities that you need to beat addiction. Number 1 mentality that you need to beat addiction. I will compare them and I will explain each and every one of them. First, let us talk about the lunchbox mentality versus the master mentality. If you look at most legends, if you look at people who are at the top notch when it comes specifically to business, the Jeff Bezos of the industries, the Larry Ellisons of the industries, the Sergey Brin, the Mark Zuckerberg of the industry, the Picasso, Michelangelo. You know, Michelangelo said one thing one day. After the paintings, one painting he has is called the David in Italy, Florence. And he was asked, would you consider yourself a genius? And you know what he said? If people knew the amount of work that I put to be able to produce what I have right now, nobody would ever call me a genius. That is the same mentality I want you to do. I want you to always be a humble servant when it comes to recovery. Never ever consider yourself to have already recovered and to be overconfident. Anybody, my dad right now is 19 years sober. He always tells me that he cannot even take that one drink, because if he takes that one drink, it will go to lead him back to disaster and to a man that we don't even know. That's the same thing I want you to have today. I want you to have a monomaniacal determination that no matter what, I will always be humble. I will always be a humble servant, ready to learn. I mean, legends never stop learning. At the top of one mountain is the beginning of another when it comes to recovery. Never ever feel like you have achieved enough. I have seen people who started up companies when they were in recovery, and then they went out there for office parties and took some alcohol to celebrate, and eventually they ended up losing the companies. I have seen people celebrate that they have wives or they have a kid. Eventually you are going to lose whatever you are celebrating about. Anything you place before recovery, you will lose them both. If you place your work before your recovery, you will lose the work and the recovery. So maintain the lunchbox mentality. The lunchbox mentality is the humble mentality. Humility is a spiritual principle that you have to have in addiction recovery if you really want to win. Remember, the older us in addiction, we are always used to the attitude of, it's either my world or it's either my way or the highway. The grandiose attitude that things have to happen my way. The selfish nature, without even caring about your family, without even caring about your sisters or your brothers. Right now you have to maintain a humble spirit, no matter the levels you get to. Even if you get to the top of your industry, always be ready to learn. Always remember that you're always one drink away, one bet away from disaster. Second mentality is the rigorous versus the superficial mentality. Recovery, one thing you need to know is that you have to work it. Actually, there's a saying, there's a slogan that says, in every place you go with the recovery people, in my recovery buddies, we always say that you have to work it if you want it, because you are already sober. Recovery won't just be handed to you. Release the mentality of the superficial mentality. If you really want even to be a guru in your industry, you have to over-deliver. That's what I have realized with most of these successful people, that they over-deliver. They're always marketing themselves. They're always out there delivering more than they is expected. If it's a product that I'm supposed to be bringing in the market, I've already gone ahead of everybody in the industry. Every industry, there will be so much competition. There will be so much information which is out there. There will be so much changes. And if you're not well equipped with these changes, eventually you're going to die. And that's how so many companies end up dying. That is the same attitude when it comes to recovery. If you're not the person who is always attending meetings, who is always calling sponsors. Sponsors are people who are older than you when it comes to recovery. They have seen more than you have and they can help you in the process. They are always humble. They are always maintaining I don't know much. I have to over-deliver for recovery to stay in my place. Never ever sit at even for a single day and say that you're not going to be reading things, you're going to just watch anything, you're going to go out in clubs. You see, that's the superficial mentality. Going up to clubs, going to casinos to relax and watch football games. That is not for you. Find somewhere else or don't even watch the matches. I mean, I'm taking the alcohol, which has a smaller content, thinking it's going to help you. No, for you as an addict, you have to know that alcohol, to you, any amount or any color or whatever, any bottle is poison to you. That's the same thing when it comes to a gambler. Don't maintain that superficial mentality. And now I was playing in casinos, now I can play on pool table, now I can play on cards. Never. No amount of gambling will ever help you. The other mentality you need to keep in, you need to have the leader versus the victim mentality. A leader is a person who sets the pace. A leader is when everybody is complaining and whining, they take up the absolute personal responsibility, APR. A leader is somebody who is leading others. A leader is somebody who lets other people fail, but they never let them to be a failure. Where the victim is the person who is always blaming their parents. How long will you keep blaming your parents for your own disasters in your life? How long will you keep blaming your sisters or your brothers? How long will you keep blaming unemployment as a reason as to why you drink and gamble? How long will you keep blaming whatever is happening around you? I promise you, it's not what happens around you, it's how you look at it. One man says that it's not what you see that matters. It is how you look at them. It is what you look at. It's not what you look at that matters. It is what you see that matters. There is somebody who will come here and see a disaster, while another person will come and see an opportunity. Those are two different people. You have to become a man before you become one. You have to give the very best version of you if you really want to win in the recovery journey. Whatever has happened in the past, stop complaining. Leaders don't do that. You need a leader's mentality if you're going to beat addiction. Remove the victim's mentality if you really want to beat addiction. Nothing. It works if you only work it. The fourth mentality you need to have is the future versus the past mentality. One thing you need to know is that you have to live today, not even the past or even the future. One thing you have to know is that yesterday is only a dream, tomorrow is only a vision. But if you can live well today, yesterday will only be a dream of happiness and tomorrow a vision of hope. That's the thing you need to know. Addicts are always looking at the past, the money we lost. How is it going to be tomorrow? I mean, they never focus on the moment. You know, the other day I went to my dad and approached him and I was like, hey dad, when you are new in recovery, what kept you going? Didn't you worry that you would relapse? And this is what he told me. Anybody he found on the road who asked him, you have always come to church, promised us you are going to never drink again. What makes you special that you are not going to drink again now? And he always used to tell them, just for one more day I won't drink. How about you keep that same mentality in your life? Just for one more day I won't gamble. Just for one more day I won't drink. Just for one more day I won't engage myself in sexual behaviors if I'm addicted to sex. Just for one more day I won't smoke that bang. Just one day to make sure that you are far away from your past and closer to your future. Stop thinking about how many days are left. Stop thinking about not drinking in 20 years. Stop thinking about what happened in the past. It's already gone. There is nothing you can do. There's no money, no amount of money can bring back yesterday. Whatever happened, happened. Even if they come reminding you about what happened, there is nothing you can change about it. And if you continue living in the past, one thing you are assured of is that your future is going to be damaged. And it's even going to be worse than it is right now. But if you can focus on today, just be honest today, just don't drink today, just don't go to the clubs today, just don't hang around losers today, stick with the winners today, just for today, one thing you're going to be assured is that tomorrow is going to be better. One other thing you need to know is that every morning, no matter what you did yesterday, we start at zero. Everybody starts at zero today morning. Make sure you are the most prepared. Make sure you are the most prepared tomorrow morning because everybody will be starting at zero. Make sure you are the most prepared. But if you focus on yesterday, you're going to be the least prepared. And every professional, like I always say, was once an amateur. Every master was once a beginner. Why don't you consider on thinking and living life one at a time instead of focusing on the past? And the last mentality I want you to have, I want you to think about, is the giver versus taker mentality. Most of us as addicts, we are takers. We never focus on giving. We are always about taking. My sister, help me with this money. Manipulating people and lying to them on how they are. I mean, these are people whom their friends keep ignoring them because they know if you're going to go for a trip, one thing I'm assured of is that guy will not contribute any amount of money. One thing I'm assured of, if you're in a relationship, you will never provide. As men, you're supposed to be providers, but most of the time, it happens the other way around. There is no addict who will find who is responsible. They're always about taking. Any call you see, sometimes you even ignore them because you know they only be taking things from us. They will not only take money, they will stress us up, they will drain us with so many issues. As addicts, we are only takers. But to win in life, how about you think of being a giver? It's not about money every day, maybe giving. I want you to focus on this. Every day when you wake up, just make one thing. Just one thing. Make sure that you make somebody smile every day. Just one person, make them smile and change and positive and nice words that you give to somebody can change that someone's life. That's how you start being a giving person. And eventually what you give to the world, it will come back to you. So if you start being the person who doesn't just take from people, you also give, you also contribute, you have a meaningful mission, you are a person with a mighty mission, you have an idea which is bigger than you, eventually you're going to get there. So if you're starting the journey of recovery today, how about you be honest? How about you go out there and apologize to people? How about you go out there even do things for free to other people that contribute to the meaningful and to the greater project to the society? That's how you're going to beat addiction. I hope those 5 mentalities will help you. And in a big way, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, want you to recover. I want you to experience what I experience right now. After years of living in depression and in addiction and in a life that was worthless in a way. And now here I am. I'm teaching you on how to get out of that kind of a life. Everybody has some potential in them. Everybody can be great. It's only that we were taught we can never be great. It's only that we were taught that we are failures, that our family history cannot support all the ideas we have. God already gave us glimpses of who we will become. But along the way, the devil came in and he's very arranged. He won't come with his both horns, but he will come in ways of traumas, bringing in people to discourage us, bringing in events to discourage us. But if you can take whatever has happened in your life and use it for your greater good, eventually you will get there. And like I always say, it's not the size of the lion that matters. It's the size of the fight in the lion that matters. I love you all. Keep at it. Keep on keeping on. Eventually, we are going to get there. I remember Martin Luther King saying one thing, that we are all born equal. We are all born equal. I have been in the mountaintop, and I have realized that every addict, given time, with the right kind of mindset, with the right kind of heart set, with the right kind of training, and with the right, belief, the monomaniacal belief, and with an indefatigable spirit that no matter what happens in my life, I am going to get it. I'm going to get that recovery. No matter how many times I fail, no matter what they say, if they throw rocks at you, because people are going to throw rocks. Remember, the only thing they have seen in the past is you drinking every day. You lying to them that you're not going to drink again and drinking. So expect all kind of words to be thrown at you, but use all those words that they throw at you to build a monumental life. Remember one thing, legends are always called unreasonable people, overthinkers, and the only people who change the world, I don't know, it's not the people who are interested. Interested people never recover. The people who say I will try and never recover is the people who say that I must and I can and I will, that do recover. I want you to have that spirit, the Mamba spirit, that I can, I will, I must, because I am worth it sober. Keep at it. You are worth it sober. I love you. Thank you, my people.